Ooh. All right, people. So I don't want that. There we go. Last couple days, you've been editing your images. I told you to scale them up, try to get a composition that you like. Here's my little Wayne. Here was the original version. Possibly, maybe. There we go. Come on. Okay. So I've taken it. I chose to do the 8x8 square, taken it, blown it up, moved them a little bit over to the left. I showed some text stuff to a class yesterday. You can disregard the text stuff for right now. We'll get there. So you should have something. I wanted you to have 3 images. They could be of the 3 of the same person, or you could have 3 totally different images set up and ready to go in case when we start this next week, one doesn't look very good. You have the other ones ready to roll. You don't have to go through what we've done this week. So today, the last kind of process to get this ready to go to start importing text into it is this. Let me get rid of this layer here. There we go. All right. So if you have one of yours opened up, you need to do this. We first got to convert it to a smart object. So if you go up to Layer and go to Smart Objects, and then go to Convert Smart Object. So go up to Layer, Smart Object, Convert to Smart Object, and hit it. You're going to get that funky little icon now on your layer, thumbnail of your layer here. You got that little square now, okay? So here's what we have to do, and this is all going to be personal choice, all right? You are going to go up to Filter, and you're going to go to Filter Gallery. This will open up here, okay? And down here in the bottom left-hand corner, you have a plus and minus sign. Okay, right now, all I can see is a couple of the spotlights. So if I minus this, I'm going to get, there he is, okay? So the filter we're going to use is this one. You're going to hit cutout, okay? You're going to hit cutout. Now, here's the game, okay? If you notice, it turns him into just sections of colors, okay? Where those different sections of colors are, that's where text is going to go, okay? Now, here's the game. Over here on the right-hand side, watch this. Number of levels. Right now, mine's at 7. Edge simplicity. First of all, if I go way down, it's going to become very abstract. Look, now there's only 3 levels, okay? If I do this edge simplicity, let's see what happens if I go way down. It's going to get a little more spottier. If I go way up, I think it gets a little bit more abstract. Yeah. So edge simplicity, if I turn it like this, it's very, very abstract, okay? Here's the game. And there's no right or wrong, but you want to get a setting that you like where you can still recognize who it is. If you can't recognize who it is like this, you're definitely not going to recognize who it is as text. So the number of levels, if you go up more in the levels, the more realistic it's going to stay, all right? So if I go way up here, like there's 7 levels. That looks, I could kind of tell who it is. If I go up even more, all right? So you're going to mess around with this now. Just stop real quick and look up here, okay? Everybody just stop and look. Not that this is rocket science. I just want you to see what happens. So let's say I like this setting here. I hit OK. Here's the cool part. Because we made it a smart object, this filter is not permanent. Look, it says smart filter, and it says filter gallery. If I double click on filter gallery here, it'll open back up, okay, if I don't like what I have. So there he is. I kind of like that. Boom. I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm going to save this one, all right? Now, for today, I want you to do this to all 3 of your images that you have. In case one doesn't work, you have another one ready to go on the burner, all right? Save them as Photoshop files, but listen, please listen, so I don't, because this will take forever submitting 3 Photoshop files. Make sure you save them as Photoshop files for yourself for next week, but you can save them, then save them as like a PDF, so file, save as, and in format, just for people that are at home. File save or save as right here. So it says Photoshop. I'm going to save it as a Photoshop file for next week, but then I may give it a different name and save it where it says format. I'd choose like PDF. All right, and then that's what I can submit to Canvas. You can submit all three on the assignment that I think it's called. We go up here, 3 images for type project. I just want you to submit, convert them to smart objects, put a filter, the cutout filter on them, so they all 3 should look something like this. Okay, and again with the filter, it's all personal choice. You just have to make sure you use the cutout. But again, the object is, you should still recognize who it is. I go down in levels. All right, actually, I can still kind of recognize who it is here. Here's the problem. Like his face and his arm are all the same color now with the levels turned down. So all that I got to kind of visualize. That's all going to be text. That may kind of run together and not look very good. All right, does that make sense? We all good? All right, so go ahead and edit them. And if you put them as a smart object, that filter you can always go back and change to a certain point. And then just get them submitted today at some point, either during class or throughout the day as PDFs.